was hoping you guys would have already solved the Ickathon thing by the time I got on, but
No, come on. This
We
party
need you
doesn't
to
solve
rest.
anything. Let's be
Or
real.
me to level up.
Alrighty, guys, we are now live. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some really cool emotes. In addition to all of that, if you are interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available. Be sure to reach out to me and let me know. Alrighty. Sinclair, give us that recap.
So, last time here in the Portal Hunters, we had just finished the fight with all of the Imperial Guardsmen and Law Mages by the Tree of Life, which has been tainted with death and despair. It has been infested with a fragment of Trent Ickathod. We had become friends with the tree, getting rid of the pests that were picking on it. And thanks to Capriccio speaking with the tree and letting it know that we are friend, not foe, the tree did not have its branches kill Zurazar, which would have been horrible because you can't be revived in this region. You become an undead monstrosity, like the lonely that are up above in the city above. We know that there is a circle in the ceiling above the tree, and the portal is above the tree, but on the opposite side of the ceiling. Capriccio turned into a eagle, I believe, carried Argent up there to get ready to do a pyroclasm while Zurazar stayed below, to kill off anything that did fall and feather fall down safely. He would be able to eradicate. While me, Braska, and Fordrum circled around to make sure we could pinpoint the location before Argon just opened fire. We made our way through the city of the dead, past the all-seeing eyes of, I believe it's number 2 of the Volstruckers, the Man of Sight, which has been infusing himself with serum that gives him more eyes to see, thanks to Trent's handiwork. And we're guessing the super soldier program that they were playing around with their people with. We made it past him to a church where inside, once we broke in, after a long time of Braska trying to figure out how to use crowbar properly, we saw an undead skeletal thing holding the door. Charred, blackened. We found a book of what's his name? The god Vecna, Book of Vecna, which tried to possess me, and when they shook me away from it, I lit that book on fire because that is pure evil and does not need to see the light of day. I apologize to Argon later. We pushed the statue of Vecna off the hatch that we could go down, taking a waft of negative energy from doing so, opening up a crypt that had been, well, unopened for quite a while. We scampered our way through this tunnel, found a rune depicting the altar that was ahead, the chamber of the 8. And when we came in it, the entire room lit up like a Christmas tree as far as magic concerned. The center dais is the focal point of all the chairs, which is divination. It's, I'm guessing, how they see into the world back in the day. And then each of the doors had faint arcane magic sealing them preventing anyone from getting inside. Magic is getting weak, just like at the ruined school that we found in Islecross. Argon blasted the living daylights out of the law mage and guards that were in the room to the south of that chamber, where the portal was, making the door red hot. Once it cooled off, we opened it and met up with the party. Argon had completely obliterated all essence of any hostiles in that room, except for a little law mage insignia that had been embedded into a wall. We decided to go ahead and pull the fragment of Trent Ickathod out of the tree. And while they were doing that, Zurzar was talking with our new benefactor, who sat on his throne watching from the other side of the portal, which is a hellscape of the shade. It is like the warmest area of the shade, which is confusing because the shade should be all dark. And offering it to him, he allowed us to come inside, and he stated that he would allow us to close the portal and leave with our lives, but we would have to clean for the night, at least. We scampered on through, locking the door behind us, and Trent Ickathod immediately rushed towards us and came right to the precipice of the portal, cussing us up and everything, pissed off, saying, "Give me back my fragment." We found out he may be some sort of lich with phylacteries. We don't know. He's got multiple of these, and unless these things are destroyed, we can't kill him. But we did learn something. He can't go into the shade, because if he does, he loses all his powers. We don't know if that's just
not all his powers. He becomes vulnerable to actual death.
Yes. We don't know if that's just because of the shade or whatnot. That's something we'll have to investigate later. But that is where we left off. Him threatening Argon's family, my family, Fordham's family, and spitting and saying, "You will come out of there, or else." And the party went to clean for this king on his throne inside the shade.
We begin. Capriccio on the shoulder of this plated king here of the shade. Everyone else being looked down upon by him, and almost as if you all are already his subjects and servants. He looks across at each of you. You all are lesser creatures. Mortal? Yes?
As far as I know.
Yes.
Untested but assumed.
It has been a long time since a mortal has come here. Tell me, why do you all despise that vile, fake undead so much?
I mean, sounds like you kind of already know.
He did just threaten my family, Argon's family, Fordham's family.
So you feel
But-
a kinship to family.
Well,
That's
everyone I knew is dead. And those who survived the eons I still call family.
You will be giving this one chance. When you speak to me, you address me, my liege. Or
Yes, my
master.
liege.
Then, my liege, he is an abomination to mortals. He avoids passing into, well, a realm like this.
A weak creature. Well, in time, this portal will be powerful enough for me to traverse through. And do not worry, I will rule your realm and destroy your nemesis out of hatred and no other reason.
Do you know what a night walker is,
You're my liege.
my liege?
Good save. Y'all are still missing a lot of your spell, everything. Yes, of course. Kindred to me. Though they are the ones that have lost portions of their own minds. Sad, really. When you live infinitely, your mind sometimes weakens.
Yes, I can agree to that, my liege. The longer I've been alive, the weaker my mind has gotten.
Then die.
I still have those that I need to protect, my liege. That's the reason why I spent the last month having one of those night walkers chase me to keep it away from my allies.
I just dust off to the side. I move a little further away from Sinclair as he says that, in case of the big lightning bolt or big black bolt of horribleness. I just start sweeping over here instead.
It begins to look over in your direction and slowly wanders towards you, Sinclair. Fortune, you said you're stepping to the side a little bit.
Soup, 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 soup.
He'll place a hand on your shoulder. Then your name shall be Cockroach. One of the few living creatures that can survive and persist even through the weaker of my kind.
You honor me, my liege.
All last 40 seconds.
40 seconds. And for the rest of you, what service will allow you all to stay alive?
I can stay seated here. Does that count?
He looks at his shoulder, realizing you're still there.
I smile.
I know Zurazar isn't here, but didn't he negotiate for free passage in exchange for the item that we gave him?
No. He
No.
negotiated for free entry.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
And we wouldn't die while conversing with.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We are free to go back through and die by Ikathon. But I don't think any of us want to die to Ikathon.
Just peeking out there. Is Ikathon still standing at the portal, or is he left?
He seems to be still positioned there, but right now he seems to be drawing magic onto the floor, and at this angle you can't really see it.
He's probably getting ready to cuss out the eye.
The little one. You shall be named Pet. You will serve me as a source of joy and entertainment, like a jester that is suitable to your kind.
Yes, master.
Some people
you-
fit their roles so well.
If you had vermin, my lord, my liege. And I just look over at Braska. That one is very capable.
Oh God.
Cockroach, allow them to speak for themselves.
I mean, I don't just do vermin.
He approaches to you, looks at your body, lifts your arm like he's inspecting your quality. Flex.
All right.
All right, roll me an athletics check.
Do you rage?
I think he's out of them.
No, I've got 3.
Yeah,
All right.
he's pure fighter barbarian. He should have several by now.
So, you rolled a 13. You are not that strong, but that should be fine for shoveling the shit. That shall be your name, Shit Handler.
Not the worst thing I've been called.
And you, he moves over to your side, Fordrum.
Mm-hmm. I'm a smith.
You forge.
Do.
Then why are you wearing such terrible looking armor?
I'm a faithful forger.
I point at Theo.
Your faith means nothing here. You will forge me a weapon as an offering. And if I deem it high enough quality, you will be named Forger. And you can replace the skeletons I've had creating.
All right.
We'll go over to you, Argan. Speak, giant.
Yeah. My liege, I'm a student of the arcane, and while obviously nothing compared to the level of power that you possess, amongst where we come from, I am among the more powerful, and I know a great number of the other crafters from that area. People that eventually you will have to deal with, even if not really a threat, at least an inconvenience to you.
So you are an arcanist.
Yes.
Well, then you shall set traps near my portal. Tell me what it is you require to do so. And prove your power. He looks over at Braska. Turn that into an imp.
Can you polymorph into an imp?
Imps are not creatures, no. Or they're not beasts.
don't think I have an illusion spell. It's the closest thing I can think of that would be an imp. I'm going to transform him into a monkey and tell him that we call them imps where I'm from. So I'm going to cast polymorph on.
Braska, are you willing?
I guess.
Alrighty. You feel a wave of magic come over you, and at first it almost feels like you're being turned into the giant ape yet again, but then it turns you into a little tiny one.
Like a little capuchin monkey.
Oh no, they're so cute. He looks at it. That is a monkey, not an imp. I was once a mortal like you, before I decided to ascend to undeath.
Yeah, imp is just another name for that type of monkey in some of the places I've been to. So I thought maybe that was what you meant.
I need a deception check from you, Argon.
Joey, can I roll a religion check? Because
Oh,
he
that's
just
gonna
said
go
he
great.
ascended to the plane of death.
This is the shade, not exactly the plane of death. It is correlated with death.
Come
Yeah.
on, deception.
What
Can
were you
I
saying,
roll-
Capriccio?
Oh, I was just saying that's gonna go well when you asked
I-
Arvin to roll deception.
Before I need to not die. I am going to use
call.
an ability I have not used yet.
Ooh. What do we got here? You can peer through possible futures and protect and magically pull one of them into events around you. Makes it attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can use your reaction to ignore the die roll and decide whether the number rolled is the minimum needed to succeed or one less than that number. You're
That's
gaining a
kinda
level of
huge.
exhaustion, though.
Yep, I gain a level of exhaustion.
So are
and I
you
can
just
only do it
barely
once a day.
succeeding or just barely failing?
Either I'm just barely succeeding or he's just barely failing his insight. But if it's a deception, I
Well-
guess it would be my barely succeeding.
So you decide that you are going to just barely succeed.
I'm going to search through the possible futures until I find one where he buys that lie. And I'm going to pull that future into reality.
So,
And then I'm going to sag a little.
so what Argon actually says, everybody, after you swear you heard him say something else, was the pitiful world of giants decided to call the lesser, smaller creatures of all varieties imps instead of just devils. It's an uneducated cultural thing. And then he understands. Interesting. Seems things on the mortal realm have changed quite a bit since I was last there.
I don't know how long it's been since you've been there, my liege, but the races of giants and draconic have fallen far in the last few thousand years compared to their height. Though they slowly try to raise themselves back to where they were, they have not yet reached the heights of what they had originally achieved.
The Dragonborn have fallen.
Dragons in general have fallen.
That is a shame.
I know of only one that still lives.
Tell me which one.
The Maid of Radazanif. The red dragon.
Red. Intelligent. Powerful. Arrogant. Yes, I will dominate this one and make it my pet. As soon as you, looks over at you, Argon, fully open my portal.
Would you use that dragon as a mount?
I suppose, in certain occasions. And he takes his fist and slams it into your gullet, Fordrum. You will suffer 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
As he starts to swing, I'm gonna go, so a lance would be good.
You refer to me as your liege.
Oh, sorry. Yep, my liege. Oh.
Can I make that religion check on ascending to the plane of death?
Sure.
How many points of damage did you say? Sorry.
9.
I'm gonna burn recap
Okay.
to go straight roll because I'm still at disadvantage for life.
So, Braska, you being one of the only people in the party other than Fordrum, who's knowledgeable about fist fights, tavern brawls, things like that, this king is exceptionally strong from that strike. To be able to buckle Fordrum at all with just a punch, that's not something that is very easily, written off. 26. Now, you're not too terribly positive, Sinclair, about what type of ritual in particular this individual probably partaked in, or how they ascended to this status, but you imagine this is probably something not taught about or known to your realm. If so, this would be one of the banes to the Queen of Ravens. Though it is here, which is, different.
Is there anyone like high up on the shit list of the Queen of Ravens that this may
Not that you're
possibly be?
aware of, no. Your realm is probably unaware of this situation or this individual.
I take it you didn't come from Exandria, my liege, originally.
Of course not. Backwater realm like that. The arcanists there were barely even progressed at all. Why would I waste my time on a place like that? Is that where I am peering into? Exandria?
Yes, my liege. Yes, I agree.
That doesn't even sound entertaining to conquer. Weak people.
That is where this portal leads, my liege.
But it doesn't have to, my liege.
Speak more, cockroach.
Well, we have seen many a portal open in my long life that lead to different realms. One such realm was the plane of air. A great archon of air called Locust came out, and we squashed him like the bug he was, kicking him and his children back into their realm.
I care not for the realms of the elementals. They thrive on life. It is boring to be there. And a realm full of air is unconquerable by a creature like myself.
In my experience, my liege, there has been a plane to the abyss, to hell, to the elementals, to the dream. This portal could theoretically be turned into a different portal, to a different plane, for you to conquer.
Mage, is what he is saying true?
To redirect the portal?
Yes.
I guess I would have to study that, my liege. I haven't attempted to redirect one of these portals before.
It'd be similar to the negative energy that we redirected, would it not?
No.
We were able to possibly shunt it from one realm to another. Could we not do the same with the portal?
we used a portal to shut energy to another location. Not the other way around. I mean, I'm certainly willing to bend whatever power I have to try it. Where would you want me to? Where would we want to try it to? Is there a plane that you would prefer to go to, my liege, as opposed to Exandria? Is there one that you thirst to conquer?
He pets Capriccio on the head. I would like to go to the wilds. My pet will show me where it is they come from, and I will make all of those that are his kin submit. Wouldn't that be fun, little pet?
It'd be so much fun, my master.
Now, I should mention, with his helmet, there's no possibility he can actually see your face.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Oh, you guys don't see this map?
No.
Nope.
We're still in the other room.
I apologize, guys. There you go. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Well then. You have your tasks. Mage, tell me what it is that you need. I will send out the undead to go gather it. Forger.
Yep.
I will supply you with the materials you need, and you'll begin crafting for me. Cockroach. You will gather what they require.
As you command, my liege.
What did I name the monkey again? Ah, yes. Imp. Imp. You will also gather what it is they require.
You named him Shit Handler, master.
Do not correct me, pet.
Sorry, master.
Capriccio does see the monkey getting ready to
Handle some
himself
shit.
at you.
Got his hand cupped up underneath of him.
Yeah, he's getting ready to make that name.
Catch some
true.
ammo.
Then go about and do it now. And he begins walking back across this long bridge.
Does he have any symbolism on like his armor or anything?
A lot of very ornate looking symbols all across his armor. Your eyes of the Runekeeper require you to be touching something to read it, correct?
No.
Please roll the
just
ability
see.
check.
No, that's comprehend languages, I think.
Yeah, it's always one or the other.
Oh, so is he taking me with him?
Yes, but he's not paying close attention to you.
Okay.
Let me pull the full version for you. Application. You can read all writing.
Please roll it.
No, that's all it says.
Okay, then I guess you can read it. The markings across him express some type of Cadolthian empire. But you've never heard of that. Before you asked to roll, you've never heard of that before in your life.
Oh, I figure it's from a different plane, so there would be no reason why I would. Unless someone from hell came from that realm.
So, everyone else, you're more or less left to your own devices. for the time being.
I'm gonna go to the portal.
Yep, it's right behind you.
Yeah. Can
I'm gonna
I?
follow Argon.
Right now,
I'm a monkey,
everything on
we'll
the
go
other
there.
side is pitch black.
I'm gonna unmonkey Braska.
So, fun fact: monkeys don't understand words. What the hell's going on?
We're stuck between Trent Ickathon and whatever our new liege is.
Well, he mentioned that he ascended, so he may be a demigod. He may be in charge of this variant of the shade, especially since he claims to be more powerful than the Nightwalkers themselves.
Is it?
And then we have Trent on the other side.
Yes, Arkin, what were you
Is
asking?
it possible to reach magic through the portal?
What do you mean?
So I was starting to set up the devices that close the portals before it all went to pot. I'm wondering if I can mage hand them and grab them and pull them back in on this side.
You can certainly try. Roll me a sleight of hand check utilizing intelligence.
Once he's out of earshot and whatever, I'm gonna cast sending again.
I'm at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you are.
So
You still have your game inspiration if you want to use it to counteract
yeah, I
that.
know. Nah, I'm not going to. All right, so it's just going to be straight intelligence for me because I don't have the skill. I guess I should have used it.
Damn.
21's good.
I didn't get a 21. I'm
He
at
has disadvantage. He's exhausted for choosing the right future.
And I've used every ability I have to re-roll already. So
Yup. Whew, it's been a long one, you guys. You send your mage hand through to start working on things. And it does traverse through. And you're working off of memory, because right now everything on the other side is pitch black. But then you sense that your mage hand is dispelled.
Can I see through the darkness?
You have Eldritch Sight?
No, I have dark vision.
No, you cannot.
Okay. That's not normal darkness. It's magical darkness, Argon.
yeah, it's all darkness to me. I can't see through that one any more than the other.
I call through the portal and go, Trent, if you want to blame someone, number 2, let us walk through.
You do not get a reply.
If Wardrobe 5 Silver says he's not there anymore.
Something happened to Argon's spell.
Forgem, can you roll me your sending spell? I know there's a stipulation when you're on different planes of existences.
I'm gonna go potty.
Okay.
I'll be back. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a 5% chance of failure. Don't know if that would affect it if there's a portal right here.
Nope,
but...
it still affects it. You're on a different plane of existence. Roll me a d20. Don't roll a 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
About a 2.
wow! That's not a 1.
No.
The sending goes off.
Good, because I feel like getting 5% on percentile dice for me is pretty likely.
It is, yeah. What are you? Are you serious? Damn boy. Seems to be a little choppy now that you're on a different plane of existence. But she definitely got it.
Not as choppy as when he sent it to me, right?
It's relative. So, what are we doing, guys? This is your planning phase.
So, Argan, he did say if you needed anything, the skeletons would assist me and Rosca. I could go get some skeletons and send them through to grab your rods.
Yeah, well, so I guess the question is what is our plan here? What are we trying to accomplish? Are we still trying to? Are we going to try and close it from this side and then get away before he kills us all? Are we trying to go to the other side and close it before Trent kills us all? Capricio's already voiced that leaving this open is not what Capriccio wants to do. We had that discussion briefly last time.
Well, I write on a piece of paper to Argan and then hand Argan the piece of paper, and it says, "We know about Delilah's room and it's protected and warded. If we can get there, we can use the circle to get away. I'm writing because Trent may still be on the other side listening."
Didn't realize that room was protected or warded.
It had non-detection and
now I remember
all the other wards.
But for what it's worth, I think Trent traversed it.
I'll be right back.
To us.
Well, the law mages and everything had a means of getting to the tree. They went through the hallway as normal. We went through a side hole.
Yeah. I remember that.
And then came out into the hallway from her library that they hadn't found yet.
Yep.
Theo's people had found.
Yep. Well, I could use a nap. And then I don't know. Let me think about it. I think I have a way that magically I could make him stay. Do you think he's a fiend?
Who, Trent?
No.
Oh, the other guy? I don't think so. I think he's a demigod. I just don't know what kind.
Awesome.
He's not a devil that I know of.
Then do we think that... Oh, well... So Trent is arguably maybe an undead.
Yeah, but he's can't be killed, but I don't know if that means he can't be affected by things.
So could he be like temporarily like stunned-ish in lieu of death, or?
Well, he could counterspell most of the things that we can throw at him unless we throw multiple things at him at one time.
Can't counterspell an axe.
Nobody take your axe.
Argan knows for a fact you can counterspell an axe.
Yes.
Dimensional shock. Yeah, we remember that. It was in Argan's test that he took. He shunted old boy who tried to attack you.
So, Capriccio,
Mm-hmm.
the Dark Lord is going to look at you.
Mm-hmm.
You may create a nest for yourself to slumber in with the bones of all that I've slaughtered. I need to go discuss things with the skeletons to get the materials they require. I'll be back
Okay.
within an hour.
Okay, Master. Where are the bones?
He points at the piles of bones by his throne.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Master.
He'll seat you on the handle of the throne and then walk away.
Bye-bye, Master.
Argon, can you? I write on the piece of paper again.
Why don't we just move away from the portal if you're worried about overhearing us?
It's something I want to do here at the portal. Basically, on the piece of paper, it says, "Can you do something to force him to counter it, so I can counter the darkness? I have a means of getting rid of the darkness so we can see."
As soon as this guy is out of sight, I will fly back to the rest of the group and I will say to them, we're not letting this douche into the Feywild. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know if
assumed
you
that
hated your
part.
people as much as I hate them.
What?
Lord.
I assumed that was never a part of the plan.
Okay, good.
Can we have
So,
the portal
what is the
drawn on the
plan?
map?
It's
See
the
that
big
little
red circle.
fire thing?
Yeah.
There you go. On his side, it's much smaller.
Yeah.
You have anything, Argon?
Oh God, I have. I could send a spell in there, but I've got literally one left. Well, I guess I could throw a high-level fireball in there, but yeah. You're assuming he'd bother to counter whatever I send through there, though.
Oh, he affected your grabby hand, right? That's a cantrip.
So, Fordham, or sorry, Argon. You wait, like, I walk up to the portal and I look down in there real fast, and it's dark. So, but we can just cast right down in here, right?
Yeah.
Well, here, I cast daylight on the other side, Joey.
Okay. Does daylight remove magical darkness?
Yes, any level 2 or higher spell that creates light. Sickening
Yep.
Radiance would also work.
It's the very last sentence.
It's what I was going to do.
Perfect. You cast daylight down inside of this area, Fordrum. And as the daylight merges in there, you see a handful of Zemnian guards all positioned around this area. About 3 or 4 of their law mages. 2 individuals that can only be described as Volstrucker. And then you see Trent sitting in the back, currently overseeing somebody who's drawing something on the ground nearby.
I was wrong. Here, Fordham, my silver.
Then I back away from the portal, not making myself as visible.
Can
Well-
I see what they're drawing?
It is being blocked specifically by the individuals with their tower shields.
Ah,
I'm gonna try and snag the pieces while it's not dark in there.
All right, you roll your mage hand again.
Yep.
One of the numerous law mages counterspell.
Cast it again.
I'm just gonna drop Sickening Radiance right on top of all of them.
One of the
Oh,
numerous law mages will counterspell.
All right.
Do they have a high enough spell slot to do that?
Yes. You remember how many people were down there? He just called in people that were never in a fight.
I'm just saying it's a 4th level spell.
They have their 4th levels.
I'm gonna get ready to turn invisible.
As you cast your mage hand again to go down there and try swiping things up. Trent takes 3 steps over towards the portal and begins summoning forth magic around him.
Let's step away from the portal.
All right.
Off to the side.
As
I'm
he
just gonna take a shot at it with my bow.
Trent, do you want this guy coming through the portal? I don't think anyone wants this guy to come through the portal.
If I wanted to hear a lizard speaking, I would give it intelligence.
I am a cockroach.
No, don't. No.
As you begin aiming an arrow through the portal at him, you see about 10 soldiers all aim arrows up at you. You all realize there's no chance that you win this battle. I can see it in your eyes. Your will, your magic, it is all waning, slowly leaving you. Come through here, accept your immediate death, and give me back what is mine. And your families do not need suffer.
You're gonna kill our families regardless.
No, I am not. If you come through, willingly accept your deaths, then bygones. And I need my item.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Damn. What the hell?
He's right.
That's still an 11, okay? Let me roll his, Oh,
I know,
actually,
but-
no need. He's kind of hard to read.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, fuck me, I guess.
Plus
I'm
11.
gonna go.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go back to my pile of bones. Okay. Bye.
But didn't the creature take away his item?
Yep.
Yeah, we can't give it back to him, regardless of whatever he threatens.
For fuck's sake.
So,
He wants to open this portal so he can come through it.
I do not care. You all took something that belongs to me. Your reason, your convincing natures, they do not affect me. Give it back.
To be fair, you kind of just left it laying around.
You really want your mother to be peeled from her skin of her toes all the way up to her nose, don't you?
Not particularly.
Unfortunate.
The gimme god here has it.
Fetch it.
And he said he's coming to kill you
Fetch it.
and a dragon.
Yeah.
I don't want him to come through and kill everyone in the Empire.
You can shut your mouth now. There are 2 things I want to hear from you. Let me go get it, and I accept my death. There's nothing else you can say that will matter.
Go fuck yourself.
So, I'm gonna talk to Fordrum off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds if we open this thing big enough for this thing to go through that they fight each other long enough for us to get away?
You didn't want me to unleash the undead.
I'm running out of any kind of option.
I hear you. I honestly think
if this thing comes through that Ikathon's gonna beat it. To be completely
Cool.
honest.
because at the end of that, we got a weaker Ikathon than we have now, kinda.
Not if the guy breaks the thing through.
But at the same time, God, I don't want to be responsible for letting this thing out. And I also don't want to be responsible for my family's death.
But the only other option I see is for us to leave in the morning and just let this thing play out as it is. And I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're capable of fighting either of them. We're definitely not capable of fighting both of them.
So let's look at some other options. What's our chance of finding more parts of Ikathon?
From here, probably not high.
We have a lead on one person who's also looking at this. Capriccio got a name of someone.
Yeah. Okay.
That's about as much as we've got.
What do you know about phylacteries?
Arcana check. Do.
Well, can we role play it before the Arcana check? Because I
Sure,
want to
sure,
dig before we make a roll.
So,
And let me explain. So I was thinking about that place where that mine that we found where they had the revolving wheel, that the wheel would dip down into the acid river, and the river in its flow helped clean the rocks, right?
mm-hmm.
Trent is sort of this living undead thing, but his phylactery, or his thing as I understand it, was in a tree of life. So my question is, does it make any sense that he has stored these taintable things in multiple trees of life or things of life, and therefore harming them, but yet also invigorating him?
Certainly possible.
So
Could
if that's
be-
the idea,
These two are
Then
speaking
doesn't-
off to the side. Continue.
then if that's the idea, doesn't it make some sense that maybe our search be tainted entities or vessels of life? And if that's the thing, then I know Capriccio's over there in the bones, but I feel like he could have.
Oh, no,
help
I'm right
find
here.
Stuff like.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, man. I thought you. Never mind. So you could probably help find stuff like that. Maybe talk to nature. I don't know. It just. I gotta think that in the idea of repairing harmed entities of life, there's a path to figuring that out, and that might be a path that leads us to pieces of Trent. But that doesn't solve any of our equation. Like, we don't really know how we actually get out of here at this point, and we don't really know how we survive this guy. And I don't really want to make him a weapon, though it's pretty exciting to build a lance that would be his size, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, we could also try to get this douche interested in this other douche's phylacteries.
But what is the promise of that? Like, what can he do with them?
Well, I think that would work if we send him through and
Yeah.
Trent kicks his butt. Then he would want his other ones as a leverage over him. But assuming that's what happens, and we don't unleash something far worse than Trent on the world instead.
Yeah. The third equation.
Well,
You want to hear my third bad idea? My third bad idea is that we let them start fighting, and then once the battle's going badly, we actually jump in. Hopefully Trent's about to die, and we jump in to try and save Trent.
or
Oh, I don't like that.
we could get him interested on the phylacteries, and we convince him that we are capable of bringing them to him.
Thank you,
That's not a bad
Ruka.
idea.
Spooky Lizard gets a viewer inspiration.
thank you, Ruka. Hey, Braska. We're between a rock, a hard place, and death.
So Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. So does that mean we bring in the Wednesday to make things even more exciting? Do we bring in a third party that's just as powerful as these two?
Okay, but how?
I have fire paper. I was mid writing to Asmodeus about finding his chair, and now I found a demigod of the shade and a phylactery for an immortal entity on Exandria.
This is what I get for
That
talking to
does
Fortune
sound
off on the side.
interesting.
You left them unattended for
Uh-huh.
5 minutes.
That's what you get.
What do you think, Braska?
I am interested.
Now,
However, there is something we're overlooking in the party loot.
I don't know. They won't let me back in it.
somebody looks at inventory space.
Last time I went through it,
It's something I've wanted to use for a long time.
See, the beat is.
And I pull out a little piece of paper. A scroll.
Do we still have that? Oh
Yes,
God, we
we
do.
y'all wouldn't let me play with it.
Which scroll?
Summoning
I
Baylor.
think we only have one in there.
We picked up a scroll of summoning Baylor when we first went to the college.
What could go wrong?
Baylor. It's specifically noted in party loot that it is unbound.
Yup. Y'all
That's
ain't
correct.
controlling that shit.
Well, we don't really need to control it. Just, throw it at them.
No, it's more of we bring it out and then we tell it, hey, we found something of Asmodeus as offering. That, though, stands between it.
One thing you will know, while most fiends want to please Asmodeus, many that don't serve directly underneath him want to help their lord become more powerful than him.
Hey, a chair of Asmodeus?
Yeah.
You get that, your lord will be happy.
Well, the thing is, I kind of think this thing has a better chance of distracting Ikathon than they have of ever getting through that thing.
Do we hear this? Or are we off
You
to the
hear
side?
snickering and giggling from the two of them.
Okay, as soon as there's giggling, Fordrum turns an ear and takes a step closer, so I'm within 10 feet. And I go, what are we chuckling about, boys?
A way
Bring
out.
the big daddy in.
I'm sorry, who? A way out. What do you got?
I show him.
Okay, so pretend I don't know what those kind of arcane writings are, and
So it's two parts.
yeah.
There's the fire paper that I was writing to Asmodeus.
May not be smart.
Yep, no.
And then there's the scroll of summoning Baylor, who may work for Asmodeus or a different lord of hell. And we offer the chair of Asmodeus as the reward.
Okay, that's definitely a fiend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I sleep, I have a spell that supposedly I might be able to get a fiend to work on our side.
Well, offering the chair of Asmodeus to their lord would also do that.
No,
But
I
having the
feel
spell
like-
would be a
understand it.
bonus.
I feel like we definitely only want to piss off as few parties as possible here.
Yeah,
Like,
I do
I don't
understand.
want to be the voice of reason in this. It's not a
Yeah.
good look for me.
No, right. I do understand that idea. I was just hoping for an ounce of insulation. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying don't get your sleep. Having that as a backup will definitely help.
Yeah, I know I agree with that.
Having
However-
banishment available would also be very helpful.
the problem,
Ooh,
Yeah,
I hadn't
and-
thought of that. That's an easy way for Ickathon to make this go bye-bye.
away. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the Baylor, if I can bind it, he can probably do horrible things with it. So
And he could probably do things that would be much worse for us.
yeah.
As I say, as I'm slowly putting the scroll back in the party loot.
You want to use it so bad.
Well, it could be used as a messenger. Depending on which lord we get, we may get one of the ones that are more lawful than the others.
I just don't like the idea of dealing with devils. Is there a way we can do this without?
I
Y'all
think
made a
already
deal
done-
with the freaking.
yeah, and see how
Give
well
me
that's
God.
see how well that's
Yeah,
worked
that's
out
kind of
for
a
us
shit
so
deal.
far. So why are we gonna keep trying to dig a hole we already dug to the bottom of?
Yep.
Because there's still further to go.
Now, I think we tried that gamble, and we tried it with this guy, and we're worse off than we ever have been before. And I think bringing in someone else who's theoretically even bigger is only going to make this worse.
Yeah, I think at this point, escalation isn't our best hand, and that's just me being cautious, maybe. But
The only
Uh,
bringing in of a bigger figure I could think of would be a god, which still could probably screw us over, but there's at least a reasonable chance that it might not.
Can't you ask your god for help, Fortune?
well, somewhat, yes.
Don't know if his
Go.
god would have jurisdiction in this plane.
My
The
god has
closest god that
jurisdiction
would-
anywhere it wants it.
I don't-
jurisdiction,
I
but
don't believe the gods directly intervene with
Yeah.
the raising of the gates. That was
Right.
kind of the point after the cataclysm.
right.
Who here is proficient in religion?
Me. That's it.
You may roll a check.
I will burn another recap. Now I'm out of recap except for the game one and then the Ruka one. To do another straight roll on religion.
Oh boy.
16.
16. Yeah, just keep role playing. You're fine.
Like, out of all the gods that would have jurisdiction in the shade, the Lady of Queen of Ravens
Eh. Sorry, you rolled a
Is-
16. Hell no.
is probably out of the question. She has jurisdiction over the Nightfall,
Yeah.
which is on the side of Shade.
This still falls under the we already tried going to a bigger creature to help and dug a deeper hole. I don't care about the benevolence of the next highest creature. It's still digging the hole deeper that we're already in.
The problem is we have no way out of the hole, and we're trying to figure out how to get Ickathon away from the hole so we can get through to save our families. 'Cause
Get
right
us
now,
out. That's not my concern.
our options are we get the object and we die and pray he doesn't kill our families just to spite us, which I don't think anyone here wants to happen. We let this thing through. We let this thing through the Feywild.
No.
So let me be clear. My concern is not getting us out of here. I can get us home away from Trent Ickathon. That's not my concern at all. What I'm trying to do is find a way to alleviate the problem of this open portal is what I'm trying to do.
And we need the sticks that are right there that if we put our hand through, he'll either hit us with a spell or all of his archers will shoot us.
Joey,
Yeah.
is it possible
Okay.
to use the pieces that I have left and close it from this side while linking them to the ones on the other side? Will that maybe even work better than what I've tried to do in the past?
It would accelerate the process, closing it on both sides, kind of like, pulling a zipper, closing both of the seams at once. However, it would make it far more dangerous to do so. It'd be a larger gamble. Upside is you could be successful, close it, no foul, no harm, no nothing. Downside, you could fail it, and the explosion would kill Trent, all of his people, and all of you.
Worth it.
Would it kill Trent though?
I'm hearing 50-50.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Those are the best
I'm
odds
not
I've had
hearing a
tonight.
downside.
Well, it may kill Trent. It would at least obliterate his body.
Yeah.
And he would
So I
have
have
to
a
go
question.
back to wherever his nearest phylactery is.
Yeah,
Or
Bros.
husk.
Argon, can you create like a gust of wind or some such?
Not today. Well, actually, I don't even know if I can do a gust of wind.
To what end?
Well,
do you-
I've got 2 grand samplers, and I'm thinking we might be able to smoke them out.
You're just gonna throw drugs in there? Is that your plan?
No, he's gonna smoke him.
I
but
mean,
he
how
wants
many
you
other
to blow
plans
all
do we
the
really
smoke
have?
out.
I'm not saying it's a bad plan. I'm just clarifying.
Around this point, Capriccio, since you're the one paying attention to everything, you notice your lord is coming back.
And Broska, I could put up a wall of fire. You could just drop them through.
Oh yeah, that would work too.
Okay, you guys keep discussing whatever plan you have, and I'm gonna distract that other douche. I'll be
Good
back.
luck.
So,
And I yeet myself right over.
you
How much
fly on over. Yeah.
How much of my spell power will it take to attempt to close the portal? And how long?
At least 12 levels worth of slots.
Okay.
I can give you 2 4s.
Well,
in an
so
hour.
regardless, I can't do this till tomorrow, and I have enough to do that and teleport us out. I just wanted to make sure that I was going to have enough to do both.
So,
You also could use a nap.
I have to have a nap. I can't do anything at this point. I have a 6th level and 2 first level. That is
Then-
literally it.
I say we pitch the idea of taking a rest with our new master, and then see what happens.
Do any of y'all have dispel magic?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you dispel the magic on the robe, once the dispel magic fades off, I can hand the robe to Argon. He can sleep in 4 hours, get a long rest.
Doesn't he need an hour just to attune to it?
Well, yeah, but you can do that once. You
So
know,
it's
it'd be
5
5 hours.
I don't think that needing an 8-hour rest is the problem. I don't think I can honestly tell him with no need to be deceptive that I need an hour to be able to cast any of the wardings that he wants me to cast on the portal. So,
And there's a 50-50 chance the portal will open massively, killing
No,
everything.
no, that's if I try to close it. That has nothing to do with the 8-hour rest.
No. It's still opening to kill everything if we fail the 50-50.
no, he's only talking about if he needs to take a rest, he can just say, hey, you want me to work on shit? I need to sleep. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
I'm not attempting to do anything other than take a nap for 8 hours. All right,
Well-
so the first thing I'm going to go up to our liege, tell him the spell
well-
components I need. Oh, okay.
Before
Okay.
you get to that, Capriccio got to him first.
Okay.
Capriccio, as you approach over towards him, he has this malformed looking skeletal structure that seems like it was thatched back together by some madman. That is 4 sets of humanoid legs with 2 rib cages to create like a basket, and then 2 heads on either end of it, walking behind him. And as he sees you flying over to him, he will look at you. Hello, my pets. I found
Welcome
some
back, Master.
things. And he gestures
did
to
you
the rib
find?
cages.
What is that, Master?
You look inside of the rib cage, and there is fabricked wools of various blues, greens, and yellows. There's this very nice-looking cape that he has in it. And there is a pristinely shiny red apple.
What are those for, Master?
These are for you.
For me?
Yes. There is a tree here.
Uh-huh.
Ancient one. Left behind here. From your world. When I said you were my pet, it said you may eat from its leaves. I do not eat any longer, so I no longer get to enjoy food. I would like to watch you eat it.
A tree on this side, Master?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So, do you eat it?
The apple?
Yeah.
He's
He's just watching you. Just staring.
What does the apple look like? Or
It
it
is
just
the
like
shiniest red-looking apple you've ever seen. You may roll a nature check if you would like.
sure. I'll do it. Boop.
20. This
Mhm.
is a grand smithy apple. Something that is native to your realm. They are strategic fruits used by many dryads who protect these styles of trees that like to grow as old as any tree can in order to have their fruits as communication devices between them.
Okay. I will bite into it and I'll start eating it.
Now, you being a native, you would understand that you're supposed to eat this as slowly as possible to get as much conversation out. As soon as the apple's gone, conversation ends.
Mm-hmm.
You take your first bite, and then you hear into your
Small
mind.
bite.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's a normal-sized apple, so you're like.
It'll be a long nibble.
Yeah, it'll be a long conversation on your side. So, you hear in your mind, "Oh, please don't be from the fucking circus. Anybody but the circus, please. Anyone. Wait, I can hear you.
I don't have to speak out loud, do I? Or do I have
It's
to
only in
speak
your
out loud?
mind.
Okay. I'm from the Court of Autumn. Who's this? Who am I speaking to?
I'm Sistians. Oh, thank goodness, the Court of Autumn. Okay, you're good folk. Hi, I'm Sistians. I'm the Granny Tree.
Oh,
Hi.
hi.
It's good to know that you all are thinking about me and want to get me home. That's great. Come get me.
Okay, where are you? What? Okay, let's start with that. Where are you?
I'm behind the blood-soaked river. Ugh, I've been eating all of the blood. That's why it tastes a little tart. But
Oh, yeah, I thought
there-
that was weird.
there's no water, so you just make do. You know, there's worse things to drink than blood. You know.
At least it lets you drink.
Yes, true.
20% water.
But yes, you can come here and you can get me out, right?
We can try. We're still. Do you know a way out? Because we're trying to figure that out ourselves.
Yes. I'm connected.
Connected?
Yes.
Elaborate.
Well, my roots go through this world, but I'm always going to be connected to all the other grannies. all the other Grands.
Oh,
That's
So
how we
you
all
could-
speak. We're all connected.
so how? So okay, so you can help us out of here then, right?
If you can take me with you, I'll give you some seeds.
Okay. So just to be clear, we're figuring out how to get out. I mean, but yeah, when we figure it out, we'll help you.
Well,
What do you?
your Court of Autumn, right? You can open me up and lead me to one of my other portions, right?
Oh, well, I can open you up and I myself go through. I
Yes,
don't know about.
I'll give you seeds. That'll take me with you. Then I can abandon this shell. Ugh.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, we can do that. I mean, yeah, I'll need to rest first, cause like, yeah, my energies are
Sure.
exhausted. But
What do you need? A month? 10 years? Something like that?
a night?
Wow. That's going to be exceptionally fast. I was expecting something more tedious. Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, that's if this guy lets me sleep. And just so you know, in the meantime, while I'm eating it, I'm just like looking as happy as I can and doing a little dance while I'm eating the apple,
And
trying
he
to
looks
keep this guy
so.
distracted.
You can see in his very dull, gray, dead eyes that he misses eating. He clearly enjoys being an undead, but he misses eating.
It's very delicious, master.
And he'll just pat you on the head. Good. Save the
I
rest
hate
of
this
the
fucking
apple.
jerk.
Honestly,
I-
he's not one of the worst ones out here.
See, I'm not sure if he's gonna let me, save the rest. But actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll figure something out. But okay, so you're by the river, right?
Yes. You
Okay.
follow the flow of the river
Okay,
north of the castle, or directly past behind it.
okay, okay. We'll keep that in mind. We'll find you. We'll get you out. Promise.
Thank you.
Bye, Granny.
Goodbye.
And I'll stop eating. That was very good, Master Brown. I'm full. It's a really big apple, and have a very small stomach.
He looks disappointed. Yes, you are very small.
Mm-hmm.
Mage,
Yes, my liege.
do you have what you require
I
written down?
Oh, I'll write down. I basically the only thing I need for glyphs of warding is diamond dust.
Easy. We will fetch that for you.
And I will unfortunately I have already used all of the power that I have at my disposal today, so I will need to rest before I can put any wardings down, my liege.
Roll me persuasion. That's not a lie. So
It's not a lie. It's
No.
100% the truth.
You're like, yeah, I'll do it, but fuck, dude, I need a break.
I literally have a sixth and 2 firsts. That is it.
Nice.
I have no class abilities left.
Yeah, persuasion on that one.
I'll back him up with we did fight through an army to get here.
All right,
And
that
I
gives
am
you a
at-
straight roll.
Okay. Well, then I'm at 6 then. I was at disadvantage because I'm exhausted. But this is the longest I've gone without a chair in a very long time.
He leans down closer towards you, Argon. You have until I fetch your dust to rest. And then you work.
Of course, my liege, you're very generous. Then I'm gonna go crawl up somewhere and try and sleep as fast as I can.
There's stone steps, admittedly warm stone steps. Then
I have
he'll
a
look,
backpack. I'll sleep on the backpack, I guess.
he'll look at you, Fordrum, gesture at the walking basket of skeletons, and as it comes over to you, you look inside of the rib cages. There's large slabs of adamantian ore
Oh, good lord.
and weirdwood tree planks.
These are amazing, my liege. Do you have anything in mind?
You will craft me a grand sword.
Okay.
8 feet long,
I was just about to ask if I could take some measurements, but
with a handle suitable for only one hand.
anything else? And I start to, I pull out something and I start to kind of sketch an idea. Anything else, my liege?
You say that you can do this. Be creative. Impress me.
My liege, do you have a stone or we're going to need a pommel on the back of this that is fairly heavy because an 8-foot sword has a balance point that's in the wrong spot. So I'll need to put something at the base of your hand that'll help you hold on to it and also offset the balance a bit.
Roll me persuasion.
Well, okay.
I show him an example of my sword, which Forgrim forged.
21.
That's not my best work.
It's really good. But 21. He looks at the sword that Sinclair produces in his hand and then looks at you, Fordrum. You need something small but exceptionally heavy.
Not exceptionally. I think probably if you have something small and heavy, that would be great.
I will fetch a shard of Dwarven Star.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is.
My mind
Fordrum,
just
you may
goes-
roll a history check on that one.
Okay.
Actually, no, Stone's Cunning. You get to roll a history check with advantage.
Amazing.
You know things about rocks.
I do.
Like 19's nothing to
19.
snort about.
In stories of old, dwarves were rumored to have traveled and flown across the realms on top of what they referred to as dwarven stars. Rocks that were incredibly dense, very thick, and that they could control and move into different areas. They're all wives' tales. Things that your parents tell you to make you believe in, the dwarven Santa Claus, shit like that.
Yeah. My liege, do you have an anvil here?
I will get one.
If not, it's probable that the dwarf star you're talking about could actually work as the anvil for this metal, because it's adamantium and it moves pretty. I mean, it's hard to heat, but it moves pretty easily once it's hot. This is incredible. Thank you, Malige.
He'll nod. And then look over at you. Yes, cockroach.
The pests below are scheming. They have brought more individuals to harass your domain. and they
Entice
seem-
them to come in. If I am not back, you slaughter them. Understand, shit thrower?
I just point at Braska and then I shut my mouth. I don't actually say the
You just
word.
give a thumbs up.
They seem to be making some sort of sigil on the ground that may interfere with the Arcanist's ability to open your portal.
Mortals' magics do not bother or frighten me. I'll handle them. And he just keeps walking back across the bridge. You hear from the other side of the portal from Trent. Once he's out of earshot, you chose a dickhead over me.
Another dickhead?
Well, you weren't being very flexible. If there was an alternative to death,
You made your bed, you must lie in it. If you are too weak to do that, then your family suffers for you. Problem solved. And he throws up a silent zone.
I just flip him the bird.
I'm gonna grab the pile of monkey poo and throw it at him.
Which resizes when you Anyways, with that thought in our minds, I think we're going to go ahead and go on break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Oh God.
one's
in the possession
basically
of a demigod. I spent a lot of time at the holiest of holiest cities. I became very familiar with a lot of the head priests in the holiest of holiest cities. Informing them that Trent Ickathod, leading body of the council for the Empire, is an undead who's been around for ages, is on a warpath to kill everyone, the churches would have to act. Would they not?
One thing I should remind you is that Exandria is joining in with Tal'Dorei to fight against the Empire already.
So they're already in the war.
The church itself is not like actively trying to overthrow him yet, but a lot of individuals within the church are.
But we could give them this extra, pointed inspiration to fight.
And give them all the information of his war crimes already, like the plague weapon, the portal weapon, and the super soldier program that he turns his people into abominations.
And given his immortality, it's also both plausible and likely he committed other war crimes.
Yes.
Under different aliases, and there's probably a list of bad stuff he's done that we don't know of.
And the fact that he can't be killed until these things are destroyed, maybe they can help ward or help us in our search. I think it would be wise to get in contact with them as soon as possible.
I have no problem with bringing them in after we have done whatever we're doing here.
Yeah, I feel like
on the fight to take the fight to Trent. I have no problem bringing them in as a potential resource on taking the fight to Trent.
But I do feel like that's definitely a after we get out of here thing.
Yes. But I'm all for trying to bring them into it.
My issue with doing it after is like you said, if this goes sideways, we all die. No one knows about it. The information is
worst case
lost.
scenario, I think I could buy you guys the 30 seconds. At least I think I could buy a forger of at least the 6 seconds it would take to cast the spell.
I can use the fire paper to write a message to.
I mean, if you want to send them a note telling them about what we have learned about Trent, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. And I know it works across planes because that's how you get in contact with other folks across planes, is the fire paper.
But I agree with Braska that I think ultimately that's going to be, while you can tell them now, ultimately that's a problem and a solution for after we get out of this building.
Yeah, it doesn't really
Or
do
this
anything
plane.
for us in the immediacy.
On a side note, I'm gonna try and keep this metal. This stuff is unbelievably awesome.
All right.
I don't care if you try and steal the metal.
No, and there's enough here for like a couple of suits of armor.
No, there's enough here for an 8-foot-long greatsword.
That 8-foot-long greatsword makes me a new breastplate.
Yes, one breastplate. Yeah.
Or
You know what I realized?
new apron.
Every time I've given someone something, they leave the campaign. I gave the sight augment to our lizard folk, and he left. I gave the armor to Theo, and Theo left.
Well, stop giving people things. That'll solve the
Right?
problem.
Jeez.
I want to help people out too.
They'll be alright. They get free shit when they start playing. What the?
Right.
All right. So
I will also point out, I think closing the portal here is also sort of a secondary issue.
Yeah. It again.
At least immediately, because again, I don't think the guy on this side of the portal is an immediate threat.
Right. Unless he
I-
gets super pissed off that we dip out and then decides he's gonna.
That's true. Although
He's also apparently
definitely
not the
okay
worst guy
either
here.
way.
Right.
I mean, we
How do
can
you
leave
spell
the
Trent's last name?
Ikathon?
Yeah.
I spelt it right above. Ikathon.
Thank you.
I mean, if we
Argon-
want to skip closing the portal and just leaving, that's fine.
Argon,
But yeah.
going back to your conversation earlier, I just had one thing
Mm-hmm.
to bring up. I think hollowing the area around the family's house is valid. Do you think he would send himself to do that?
I think that
Halloween does remove that as an option for him.
I don't think that would be his first thing. No, I think more likely he would send agents. But
Yeah.
I think it's the easiest thing for us to be able to shield against
Him. Got it. I
him
agree.
going in. Because I think if he goes directly, there's
Yep.
not a whole lot that can be done at that point. But your family's more likely to be able to handle agents, or the guard is, or there's other things we can try and do there too.
Yep.
If they can make a magic circle big enough
Well, here's
and
the other
make
thing,
it
though.
everything undead can't come in.
No, they're talking about everything that's not Trent. That's the issue.
Oh.
But here's the other thing, though. It might not be likely that Trent would come himself,
Yep.
but we don't want it to be a big option for him.
Yep. Right. No, I get the logic. I'm just wondering if there's a. Well, I'm just thinking.
I'm just considering him the biggest thing your family wouldn't be able to deal with directly.
Yeah.
And taking him off of him easily being able to just teleport into the
Yep.
city, nuke the house, teleport back out.
Yep.
What's the mountain range we're in, Argon?
Oh, way down south. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
This
You
isn't
are-
my continent.
You're not inside of you're inside of Versglade, which is a territory inside of the Ashkeeper Peaks.
Ash Keeper.
I believe on your side
Peaks.
it's still the Ashkeeper Peaks, yeah.
Okay.
So is anybody here hell bent on closing the portal? Or are we fine with just leaving it open?
I think we should close that. It's hurting the tree.
I agree. I do feel like the portal closure is somewhat important, because if there's one thing that we've tripped and fallen into this, besides the piss off of everybody else, I think peeking out to see if Trent is still there is valid.
So my logic on that is we could close the portal now. However, if we survive, we have a good chance of closing the portal later too.
Depending on whatever Trent is doing on the other side. Like, we would then have to get back and deal with that mess.
I feel like that's also kind of part of the plan anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, otherwise, there's not really much to survive for, technically. I mean, aside from the obvious, of course.
Well, I think Trent is here dealing with this for a reason, and that reason is the portal. And I think if we close it, it will take this place out of Trent's ability to harness whatever power is here, which will get him to leave the tree alone, which is what Capriccio wants.
So then will his next step be the retrieval of his lost part, or will his next step be the
Following through on threats.
The follow through.
Probably that.
I think if he knows we've left, then he's got a choice that is follow through on threats or retrieve his piece.
I think if we shut the portal, that choice kind of gets made for him. And he decides to just, well, they fucked me, I'll fuck them.
Well,
But we don't know to what extent we fucked him, so he may need to deal with this thing now. He's sort of...
Yeah, but we also don't know to what extent we fucked him. This could become a scorched earth scenario.
Even if we close the portal, he's gonna try to get here. He might not do it himself, but he will send people here to try to retrieve his phylactery, for sure. He's not gonna come himself. He'll be vulnerable.
Can't. He physically can't come here because he becomes vulnerable. We need to figure out why he becomes vulnerable.
But he will send people.
Yeah, that's not a question of him sending people. It's why is it that this place...
Also, we're just assuming that if he becomes vulnerable, that's an immediate no for him. I feel like if the risk reward profile, lines up for him, he would still cross that boundary.
I think when it comes to his livelihood and his power, he will make all attempts to get his stuff back without putting himself in danger. If that means using that super soldier program on his entire people to do it, he'll do it. He's got unlimited bodies that worship the ground he walks as a leader of the council that will willingly go to war.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
As someone from the Empire, you're being very generous on that.
He's not the Emperor, which is who everyone thinks they follow.
Yeah, even then, it's still a little generous.
And even then, they're not fanatical loyalists to their Emperor.
There are some, sure.
But it's not
every
limitless.
Single person.
Yeah.
A lot of them just don't care. They realize that there are people in power doing people in power things, but honestly, who that is really doesn't affect them, doesn't matter to them. They're just going to play at their corner and just keep on doing that.
Either way, what are we doing?
I feel like priority number one should just be us, getting out alive. Because staying here, we can't do much, and if we die, we can't do much. Sinclair might be able to swing another thing. I don't know.
I sort of vote the portal, but I will be willing to take up any path that you guys choose. As I'm trying to squeeze these pieces of metal into my sack.
And if I'm outvoted on, ditching the portal for later, then, I'll follow along. I don't care, but just my 2 cents.
You get to say I told you so.
Here's my proposed compromise. I attempt to close the portal with everyone at a safe distance towards the tree. Succeed or not, once you know whether it's successful or not, and either I get to you or I don't need to get to you anymore, you guys take out through the tree.
Well, if you die, I can just bring you back.
I mean, depends on how much of them is left.
So, and I'll need Capriccio's help anyways, but to close the portal. But so if everyone else is a safe distance, because I know Capriccio, you want the portal closed. So I think you're willing to take the risk, is my guess. And tell me if I'm wrong on that.
No.
So since the two of us are the only two that need to be Well, but the problem is, I guess then the rest of you can't leave if me and Capriccio die.
They're all
Yeah,
that
stuck to
kind
your
of-
guys' whim.
Yeah, that does kind of
Mhm.
All right.
drastically limit the things we can do.
So Capriccio can help me get it started, and I won't activate it until Capriccio is safely, or at least a distance away.
Question, Argon. He's been able to procure quite a bit of materials and everything for you. Do you think there's a chance you can get older than adult dragon blood?
For what purpose? Please don't tell me you're going off script for some other form of I want this for something else. We have enough problems without
Yeah,
getting
no.
greedy. If this has nothing to do with us either closing the portal, getting out of here, or immediately dealing with Trent, I am not adding anything to it.
Look, Sinclair. The second we get out of here, you and I can go sky fishing to our heart's content, and I will get you as much dragon blood as you want. I will fill you a fucking swimming pool.
Well, we got to go kill Radazan's wife then. Because she's probably older than he was.
Nah, men always date younger.
Weirdwood
I don't
was
know
the
what
name of the
old
wood.
is.
Some sort of ancient wood.
Weird, huh?
Weird wood.
Got
Yep.
it.
It's bluish in nature.
It is bluish with a slight tint of green, as if veins pulse through the entirety of the planks of these wood. It is the single most malleable, yet sturdy and indestructible wood that you can work with. It is the wood of adamantium.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, it is the adamantium of wood.
All right, so I've made my proposal. My suggestion is that me and Capriccio work on closing it. As we get close to the end, Capriccio heads towards the tree with you guys. I take the final risk trying to close it. And if possible, I try to catch up with you guys to get out. And then Capriccio takes everyone through the tree, and then we worry about trying to protect the families afterwards.
I know that that's a really valid plan. May I also stay with you too?
Actually, I'll stay with him.
Just as a note, even though I don't have the materials right now, I just need like a piece of you to bring you back.
I also
No.
just thought of another thing. This guy doesn't really much care if we rest.
You know what? It looks like you need a trim.
Wait, Braska, go ahead, Braska.
This guy doesn't really much care if we rest, and if we can't rest, there's not much we can do to close the portal. However, Capriccio might still be able to get the tree working.
Fair.
Like, there's a chance we could just do that now, right?
He already told me I could rest.
Oh,
I've already
Missed
covered that.
Yeah, we can rest. He already gave me a bed and everything.
Argon, if when you're finishing it off, will you know whether or not it's going to kill us?
Probably not. So
probably not.
to
You will
to
know or
both
probably not
to
kill him.
both you and Fordrum, what is the gain by either of you staying? I understand, Fordrum, your desire to protect and so on and so forth, but neither of you are going to bring anything to whether that explodes or not and getting me out of there.
Getting you away from there, I have Dimension Door, and I can do that twice for you.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a matter of.
No, it's a matter of if you succeed, we have literally seconds to get the hell away from.
Okay,
the
so
big man.
that's a fair point, Sinclair. Get you jumping me and you 500 feet towards Capriccio,
twice,
and
yes.
everybody else.
But keep in mind, Argon, you'd be more than aware, 500-foot jump would not save you from the explosion.
No.
Yeah, okay. Just
I
making
think
sure
what me
you
and
are.
I think what me and Sinclair are discussing is if it doesn't blow up, and I need to get to the tree
That's
before
1,000 feet that I can
before-
get us closer.
before Big Bad King decides, oh God, they just screwed me. I'm going to kill them all now, instead of me having to run 1,000 feet before he decides to kill all of us. Sinclair can get me there faster. I'm assuming that's what you're proposing,
Yes.
Sinclair.
That is exactly what I'm considering.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure we're on the
Yes.
same page.
I get you. Yeah. No, I'm assuming if it goes bad, I'm dead, and anybody near me is dead.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that at least the tree is far enough that they would survive. Maybe. I know it's a shot, but it's the best I can do.
the
I'd
hope
rather
is that-
them all be near the tree when this goes down. You can even go work on this blade for him by the tree while Capriccio feeds on an apple.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if
And
we see the
shit
mother of all
picker.
fireballs, we just leave.
Yes.
Yeah. You hear a big boom? Just leave without us.
Thank you, Ruka. Godspeed, wacky wheelchair man. Have an inspo and try not to blow up.
Thank you, Ruka. Forgem, I
Thank you,
appreciate it. I really
Ruka.
do. But I don't. If you're there, Sinclair can't take all of us.
Yep. Makes
So
sense.
Do you want to give me one of your fingers before you do this, or
How about some beer hair? We just give him a little trim.
you have to be a.
It has to be
No.
an appendage, right? Roll the spell.
it's a body part, just a body part. any
Yeah,
body
beard
part.
hair is not a part.
No,
of
it's
you.
not. Hair is not gonna do
Fingernail?
it. No, finger, yeah, not fingernail.
Can
Here?
I take off a toe?
Hey, you gotta
Yeah,
blow.
yeah, well,
gotta
you
see
can-
through
A
can
fingers.
toe,
do a
an
toe.
ear, a nose, a
Yeah,
finger.
yeah.
You got a
I use-
lot of parts.
I use my fingers to cast spells.
That's
so,
true.
What
And you
do I-
rarely walk. You don't need
What?
feet.
What are you, a Goliath or something?
Goliath.
I
Yeah,
will
you-
give a
I mean, we
toe.
could just take like a little bit of like off
You-
your arm or something.
don't
Just so
need-
you know,
You don't
just
need
so you
that
know.
pinky toe, right? I can
No,
just
that's
go
how
ahead
you
and
keep
chop
balance.
that off.
That's how you
Yep.
keep balance. You have to remove one of the other toes.
Yeah, you
Just
do
so
a
you know,
middle-
you won't be a Goliath.
Whoa,
Probably.
what?
You might.
You probably won't be a Goliath.
You'll be whatever they kill next. Hopefully, it'll be some.
I can make you a new body, but it's not really up to me. It's just gonna,
Wait a minute. If we do one of those clear fingers, your whole body could be see through later. Never mind. Sorry. It's this
Come back
face.
as the invisible mage.
The ultimate
come back as an
illusionist.
ooze.
Listen,
You come back as an ooze.
I
Permanent
love,
undispellable illusion.
what's that movie? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I fucking
Yes.
love that movie. So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess. God. Do
I can
want-
take your middle toe.
Don't.
Take the little toe. Why the middle
Middle.
toe?
That way, your balance is equal. But take the
That's
middle
not-
one.
Sure.
Your balance is equal on both sides.
It's turned so fucking morbid.
Or Jim, I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
staunch
I'm
the
ready.
bleeding.
Yeah.
You guys made it morbid. I was just asking for a toe.
And I just hit the katana right into Argan's foot.
No, not yet. Not until Argan consents.
Yeah.
Fucker.
I mean, I could just take.
He is out of character.
Fuck it. Take the toe.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Who's rolling
We're
the
gonna-
medicine check? Who's rolling the medicine check?
We're not doing this until after I have rested, and I know that this is that we're getting ready to start.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah,
that
you
would be
sleep
rather
first.
sleep with.
That's fair.
Go
That's fair.
ahead.
All right,
Try
who's
and-
rolling the medicine? This
Or
is
Jim, you want to roll medicine or should I? I'm cutting.
Yeah. You cut. I'm gonna magically heal.
well, medicine is knowing which toe you can take without fucking him over. In the short term.
I
Anyone
heard
wanna
this
give me
rhyme
guidance?
once. It goes like this: This little piggy went to market. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. I say we take the
And
one.
this
that
little thing you got cut right
And
the
chop.
fuck off.
Can I get guidance?
I'll guide you.
All right.
All right. I'm going to burn my game inspiration
All
to
right.
roll normally.
Plus guidance.
Wait, why don't you let me do? Fuck it.
I mean, you could. If you want. If you're
I
good at
asked. You
medicine.
said you.
I can try. I don't know much about medicine, but I know a bit.
I know about necromancy,
Mm-hmm.
and this sounds like necromancy that you're about to do to him.
I'm healing him. I'm not gonna
know what
cut anything.
Capriccio is wanting to do. This is altering life and death.
What?
So I'll make a medicine check just to go. I think it's that toe.
All
And
right,
I'm
go ahead.
literally going with this little piggy went to market and the one that had none, which is the fourth toe from the big toe, is the choice I'm probably going to make. But I will use guidance and I will use my game inspiration for whatever else that helps I get advantage. So
Yeah. I'll
there's
give
my
you that.
roll plus a d4.
Yeah.
Mm.
24.
Alrighty. You did almost properly choose the right toe. It is
It's
the
one that had
second
roast
toe.
beef.
It's the
Oh.
index toe, right?
It's the one right next to the big toe. That is
Yeah.
the least useful of all the toes.
This
All right.
one?
It
I was looking
allows
at
you-
the middle one.
It allows you to
Nope.
like lean on your tippy toes, but that's it. That's all it serves as a purpose for balance
you
and
know-
everything else.
Just so you know, Argon, if this is not necessary, your toe will be my most prized possession, I promise.
No, if this is not necessary, I'm taking the toe back. This is not.
What?
I'm sure there's some way to reattach it. Probably.
I will
No.
totally make a necklace to hold it.
No take backsies. It's my
Yes,
toe.
this is not a gift, Capriccio.
This is an in case of emergency toe.
Wait, this might be one of those Fey negotiations that I've never heard of.
Listen. I'll put it in a little box. And like, in case, like, I don't know, maybe in like 1,000 years you'll die or something. I don't know how long you live. But maybe something happens and we need to bring you back. This is only 10 days, but if you need it later, I still have your toe and we can still make it happen.
I have a
It's
use
like
for that
doing
toe.
contingency all over again.
Wait. Argon, do you have any attunement slots left?
Yes.
You would tune a toe.
Pull out that party loop for a second. What about that ring?
That would save one person.
Wasn't that the person that we're kind of talking about here? Isn't that the whole purpose of the toe?
Well, the
Oh,
toe allows
wow.
Capriccio to bring
Wait.
Argon back to life.
What ring?
I can't
don't-
allow Capriccio to do that to me.
Yeah, I get it. So
Yeah, you're right, Sinclair. Fordro.
The only thing that would allow me to come back to life would be the ring. Where Capriccio could
you
bring
were planning on
Argon back.
using the ring for yourself.
No, I'm just saying that's the only way I would allow myself to be reincarnated.
Well, but how far are we from the tree, Joey?
You're right. I'm gonna just go
None of you
straight.
are aware of exactly how far it is. Somebody would have to go out and scout it.
I'll go.
No, I think it's better if I go.
I would sort of put it to Capriccio, yeah.
All right.
Or the three of us. The three of us is an option as well. We'll take Zurazar with us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying we use the ring, but if we are, I think the reincarnation would be better for Argon.
Okay, then
But if it's within about 500 yards, 600,
yeah,
then you can all be at the tree.
yeah.
And if I die, I come back. Sinclair teleports to me, then teleports us both back. And then nobody has to die and have their foot cut off.
Oh, we know which toe to do now.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I want to lose the toe.
Yeah. All that makes perfect sense. Put on the
Fordrum,
ring.
that was, yes. It all
Take it
depends
back.
upon the distance.
Okay.
Tune to
Let's
the
go.
ring, take a nap.
Alrighty.
I hope you don't fuck up the portal.
Wait, that's ultimately the goal.
I know. And meanwhile, I will travel. Broska and I and Capriccio, Sinclair, you're welcome also, unless you want me to look over. I could guard Argon while he sleeps, and you guys could find the tree. We could go find the tree. I don't want to leave Argon just alone.
I can't leave the portal. I've been ordered to stay by it.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
it's-
don't all want to go.
I was ordered by our liege
Yeah.
to kill anyone who comes through.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
So
Well,
I'm getting my short rest while I'm sitting here.
Good warlock.
I-
Short rest.
Just so you guys know, I also need to sleep before I can,
Yes, we all had to take a sleep.
Yes, yes.
That was my first rule before any of this is a full
Yeah.
night's rest.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping here, so I'm only getting a short rest.
Then you only take a short rest. That is entirely up to you. But I am getting a full rest, which means Capriccio has the opportunity for one if he wants it.
I need it. I need it if we want out of here.
Well, so do I.
It's
So,
better to just keep watch.
deal. Set up watches. Sinclair, you're on watch. Wake me up and.
I just need to know the distance from Capriccio.
All right, so is somebody scouting now, or are you guys resting now?
I'm
think we
going to
gotta
scout
rest.
first.
Okay.
Scout first.
And
No, we're scouting first.
Cool.
and everyone else is resting?
I'm getting short rest.
Who's going
While
with
they're scouting.
Capriccio? Capriccio, you want Broska and I, or just Broska, or you and
Zurazar?
Zurazar is coming with me.
Okay. Anyone else?
I mean, I'll go if we want me to go.
I'm going to bed.
Go to bed.
Wait, I don't care, but let's go now. Come on.
All right.
Yes, warlocks only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Alrighty. Yeah, short resting all the time?
Sinclair, I'm gonna sleep too. Wake me in bed.
Sleeping isn't going to help me. I'm permanently a month out of sync in time.
So,
I-
Capriccio, survival check, please.
Aye. You know, I may be a druid, but I'm not a survivor. I'm a city druid.
I need to get in contact with an artist because now I want to make t-shirts because I think that would be hilarious. Just have a warlock lying there with Cthulhu like seductively wrapping their arms around them as they're like lying on a pillow.
Hilarious.
Just close your eyes for a little bit.
Warlocks only want one thing.
Short rest. A nap.
And Cthulhu Daddy.
Yes.
So 17, Capriccio.
Yeah.
You take to the sky and you notice very quickly that you don't want to fly too high in the sky. There are these shadowy wisps and creatures flying around up there that, in your current state, you probably don't want to fuck with them. If you were fully loaded, you'd probably be okay. But
Spooky. Okay, never mind.
you fly lower down towards the ground, and you keep following the stream. After a period of time, you do come across your lord, who is sitting off to the side of the road on top of his bony cart that he has, and seems to be haggling with this robustly fat individual who easily has to weigh 500 pounds and maybe 5 feet tall. So you fly past that,
Uh-huh.
following the stream.
Mhm.
And you notice that you go through a petrified forest. And you notice that there's an island that's completely cut off by the stream of blood. And on that island, there's a beautiful looking, strong grand tree. By your best estimate, it's just over 1.5 miles away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna fly all the way to the tree. I just want to know like the estimate, and then I'm gonna go right back up to the group, and I'm going to say, yeah. So about those 500 feet. No. More like 1.5 miles.
What's that? 4,000 or 5,000 feet?
5,000, roughly, over 5,000.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
more
get you
like-
a fifth of the way there.
7,000 more like.
Well, 6,000 still better than 7,000.
Oh, it is. It is a bit of a
It's
shame.
5,000 for a mile, but so if it's 1.5 miles, you're right. It's closer to 7.
Mhm.
Which takes me back to it doesn't make a difference if I do this alone or not, so I might as well do it alone.
I can still take your toe?
Well,
Wouldn't it
no,
be hilarious if you became a halfling?
Don't
No.
speak
That
that
would
evil
really
into this
shift
world.
his worldview.
There's only a few things that I hate more than Faye right now.
Half.
Halfling?
If you is my toe consumed when you use that spell?
Well, I have to grow a new body from it, so yeah, it's
Damn
gonna be a halfling's toe. Your
Damn it.
toe.
Well,
Your
it would be
halfling
a
will have a big toe.
halfling that has a Goliath toe.
But the toe stays me.
Yes. You'll always have that one part of the original you.
I don't make the
could-
rules, I just apply them. I got it.
Yeah, I do.
Whenever
You
I
could
feel
use
it.
seeming.
Come on, wouldn't it be hilarious being a halfling with a
I have
You could always use
plans.
seeming.
Goliath
Done that, right?
Oh, you
Why is
know,
that
just
one
put
toe the size of the entire rest of your foot?
you know, just put on some shoes or something. I don't know.
Very big shoe.
You
Yeah.
think halflings wear shoes?
This
Don't
would
halflings have really big feet?
They usually do, yeah.
Maybe it'd just be normal.
this could end up making for a very interesting conversation the next time we level up, Joey.
Well, you
I
know what they
agree
say
with
about
that.
halflings with Goliath toes?
Argan, I will be by your side.
No,
regardless.
I'm not
I have
risking
to.
you for the sake of nothing. No, you don't have to.
I made a promise.
God. Why do you have to
I'm
make
not having
everything
your
so
mother come
difficult,
after me.
Sinclair? You screwed us the last time you stuck with this stuff. Just go.
No,
Fine. So be it. If you want to die, you die. I can't save you from yourself.
If he
I'm going to
dies, he
bed.
dies.
So, one by one, you take watches and go to sleep. You all wake up after a period of time goes by, feeling more rested, but also feeling slightly relaxed, as if you are adapting to this environment a little, sitting into it a bit more. Now, it's time to execute your guys' plan. The Lord has not come back yet, Capriccio.
Okay, so toe time?
No
Yep.
time. I'm still putting on the ring anyways.
I do need a medicine check from somebody to surgically remove the toe without making him
Yep.
bleed out all over the floor.
that'd be me, because I'm the one doing the cutting.
Well, if you're the one good at medicine,
I don't think any of us are actually good at medicine.
I'm one better than Fordrum.
And in any case, I'll be healing right afterwards, so
21.
don't you have
Here.
disadvantage from exhaustion?
No, I burned the inspiration die.
That's right, you
Oh.
did declare that before. You did. When he thought we were rolling immediately.
And then I get the D4 from guidance.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
did we
Actually,
get-
my medicine is higher.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kept saying
25.
something.
I'm not proficient. I'm not a doctor. I'll remove your toe, but
did we get a long rest in or
Yes, you all completed a long rest.
yeah, we did.
Which means I lose psychic resistance.
So, Argan, you're distracted well enough by everybody to look in the other direction, and then they get you thinking about something else as you have to sit still. And then there's this very sharp pressure, followed by a spurt, and then that really nice feeling warm magic that Fordrum usually does. And when you look down, the toe's gone.
God,
I used green flame blade at least.
that did not help. The burning was not a good thing. When
You
healing's
corroded
coming-
it as it
when healing's coming right after, I don't need the cauterization, Sinclair. Why did we let you do the medicine?
Same reason why we let me do the religion. No one wants to do it.
All right, well, let's get set up. I have one last thing to say to you, Sinclair, before you stand here. I know that you made this promise after the death of Corvus that you would never leave anyone else to die. And I know that you think you're doing this out of some noble deed, but I want you to know that what you are doing right here is completely and utterly selfish, because you're saving yourself the pain of having to survive when somebody else dies, making everyone else suffer the pain if you die unnecessarily when you didn't need to be here. And that is the last thing I am saying about it. And I'm going to start working on taking down the portal.
Argon, before you start casting, how do you feel? Are you rested?
I'm as good as I can be.
You're not still exhausted from that other thing earlier?
No, you get one exhaustion at every sleep.
Okay. All right.
I am still exhausted.
If
though.
it's normal exhaustion like that.
Yeah.
I'm over there in the corner holding the toe, like my precious.
It's in both of your hands.
I'm going to have to use like 3 days worth of spell slots to get that back from Capriccio if I survive this.
My AC dropped.
Listen, you have to fight me to get this back, okay?
We no longer have the Theo, which means our max HP and our mage armor went away as well.
Correct. Now, Argon, you begin setting up your magic, infusing it into this location as best as you can with what few remaining rods you have accessible to you. Unfortunately, with all of this, you are going to have to work close to the portal. So, to make this a little more interesting, we need you to roll a stealth check to not be seen during your infusing of magic so they cannot counter it.
Okay.
Can I try to act as a distraction
How?
by trying to piss off Trent some more?
Roll me a performance check.
I'm gonna look into the looking glass, I guess, the well. See if Trent is there.
It is pitch black yet again.
I go, Trent, you want your object back? The others are sleeping. We can discuss terms. I've already defeated one of your Volstarkers, and I'm possibly being, my people are saved, willing to work with you as a Volstarker.
Roll me a deception check. Still at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Yep. Deception. I am going to burn the Ruka.
Thank you, Ruka.
Thank you. The spooky
One-
lizard needs another free roll.
Hey, we're thankful enough. Just
I
Go
need
ahead.
to piss off the biggest bad of them all.
one more roll.
25.
Okay.
So how about me and you make a deal? I get your object back, no problem.
You do not hear a response from anybody. You do not hear a response from anybody. So, Argon, stealth check, please.
I'm burning my inspiration for the day.
Go for it. 15.
Nice.
Oh, on my screen it says 20. My screen, I rolled a natural 20, the liar.
That would have been big. Like the toe. So,
I know.
you start working around the edges as Sinclair is standing close to it. Everyone else, I need a stealth check from the three of you to get the fuck away from here.
I would cast Pass Without Trace first. Are you looking up there? Done.
So all of you get a +10 to your roll. So Braska rolled a 28. Capriccio rolled a 26.
Oh, sorry.
Forgem, don't roll a 1. That's all they need.
And you don't have disadvantage because you don't have your armor on.
Wow.
Good point.
It helps.
18.
So that brings out the group average to 23.
I think so.
Not bad. The three of you sneak away as best as you can out of this area. Sinclair continues his monologuing to whoever might be listening out there. Argan, I need you to roll me an Arcana check, please. This is to set up your enchantments.
Okay. I'm not burning anything. If this is an inspiration or not, it's up to you. I guess it doesn't matter. Or not inspiration or not. I've been a
So about
natural
that
20
20.
and a 30.
About that 20 you said you rolled.
Not when I needed it.
You
It was
begin
seen in the future.
foreshadowing.
You begin infusing your magic into this area, conducting it as best as you can, and remembering the exact location that you set up those other ones, and calculating the difference in area, mass, and all of the other equations you have to be running in your mind right now. And you take a very deep breath for the first time, being motivated not just to help other people, but knowing that if you fail in this, you can't help save your mother. You can't help save Fordrin's family or Sinclair's or anybody else's. That's pressure that just a few short years ago would crush you is now your motivation to continue working flawlessly, shutting out every distraction, every noise, every nuance, anything. You can't even feel the air on your skin as you are focusing on the magic you are wielding and conducting right now. I think that is your first ever natural 20 Arcana check in this
I
campaign.
think
It
it is.
It is.
Perfect timing.
I was just
It
gonna
is.
say.
You just needed to lose a toe.
It was
I'm now
holding you
in-
back.
I'm now in balance with nature, Capriccio. Is that what it is?
I don't
So,
know, but you're
you
about to
have
be a
joined-
halfling.
You have
No.
literally joined the flow of life and death.
You successfully infused the magic on this side of the veil appropriately. Now, you need to flood your magic out to the other side with additional spell slots from what everybody else had prepared for you. I need you to roll another an Arcana check, please.
Joey, quick question.
Yes.
That fire paper, did I ever get a response?
No, you did not.
Okay.
Is this considered item?
You are interacting with the rods on the other side, so yes.
Okay.
This
then I'll-
instance is item. The first
Okay.
one was not.
Then I will take the 20.
Okay. You weave the magic that has been summoned forth into this area, into the other realm, and you start to notice it begins pulling additional magic from this realm into it, infusing it onto the other side, animating it slightly. You've come to the realization that where you are right now, Argan, you are not held back by the weave. The weave is not filtering magic as it does on Exandria. Magic is free. Magic is flowing. It feels infinite to you.
Oh God.
I can do more here.
I need you to give me charisma saving throw. As I know how greedy Argan is when it comes to wielding magic.
Oh, here we go, Toe.
18.
The thought passes through your mind as quickly as you've passed the magic through the area, and it just lingered there for just the smallest bit of a moment
Could we make the broomstone?
before you continue working on what you are working on later. After you've conducted the magic onto the other side, you can feel the connection between those rods over there and your ability to hold onto it over here. Now's the dangerous part, Argon. You have to pull the two threads on both sides, and hopefully it ties a perfect knot. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your last Arcana check. The most important Arcana check in our campaign.
If this is not item-based, I'm using Ruka's inspiration.
You need to use that inspiration.
That I am using Ruka's inspiration. Ruka, this is all on you now.
Thank you,
This
Ruka.
is not my fault. Thank you, Ruka. Oh,
Natural
20!
Oh my fucking god.
Thank you, Ruka. You may have just
Oh.
saved Exandria.
Oh my
That was
fucking
with-
god.
Ruka's advantage is the only reason that came up natural 20, because the first one was a 5.
Argon.
Argon owes you a toenail, Ruka.
Argon. As you are pulling forth the two threads on both sides, it's difficult to balance the nature of it being held back over there and the ability you have to just throw it as hard as you can over here. If you were not solely focused on both ends, perfectly applying as much pressure as you can to each of them in time, this would be a failure. You feel a quick jolt of energy pulse through you that makes your heart race so incredibly fast. But you manage to keep the one side of you moving more slowly as the other one speeds up instead with the free-flowing magic over here. Sinclair, as you are standing in front of the portal, you see it flattening and thinning out, and the energy radiating off of it. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Is there an effect that this is causing?
Yeah, that's why you're making the con save.
Okay.
We are not considering this a spell-like effect. This is beyond that.
24.
You feel the heat radiating off of it, and then some deep-seated instinct inside you tells you to run the fuck away, and you dive outside of it as the two slips squish close, and a ripple of energy shoots out from it on your side. As it shoots out and you dived out of the way, Sinclair, you watch as it slices easily through stone in this area and cuts across this landscape. Everyone else, as you've been wandering up ahead for nearly an hour now, you feel this wave of heat and energy slam into your backs and jolt you forward just a few stumbling paces as you look back behind you and every petrified tree has been cut down. But no explosion. Argon, you look over at this.
Breathe, everybody. I forgot to for a minute there. Breathe.
At least we have his toe.
As you look at this, Argon, you get a little smirk in the corner of your mouth. You closed it. Nearly all by yourself. Working blind on one side and dealing with a power of magic you have not ever yielded before. You managed to control that masterfully, in a way even your mother, you doubt, could probably do. You managed to stave off the greed that plagues every single wizard. everyone who needs to know more, who needs to act more and get more arcanum and magic at their side. Congratulations.
Again.
This is what it means to be Lyceum Sinclair. And I can't wait to tell my brother we need to go now.
I grab the 2 prongs from the portal.
Okay. They
'Cause
are
we're gonna need them.
hot.
Yep. I hate holding these things, but I'm least resistant.
Yep, that'll be 10 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Save the dimension doors until we need it, until we see them. Just start
So
running.
we're gonna need to make more of these because we just lost 2.
Yep. We'll worry about that after we protect everybody's families.
Fordrum, as you are moving through this chopped down forest, you see overhead by a long ways away the king flying towards the castle right now with skeletal wings on his back.
Huh.
Yeah, I wonder what he's mad about.
Flying towards the castle or toward the throne?
Keep, the portal, the throne, whatever you want to call it, his castle.
Okay. Uh-oh. I think somebody's angry. I look at the trees, I look at him, and I go, wonder if that would have cut him in half. All right. I'm going to try and remember this for the future. Sending.
What are you sending?
That's what I want to know.
Hey, Mom, just so you know, we're on our way back.
How do you spell liege? Oh.
Wasn't me. Just
it's Liege, I think. Yeah.
Liege. Yeah, correct.
You could also call him Master.
Nope.
My liege. My bad.
My liege. Whoopsie.
My liege, suck on this one, sit on that one.
I send this to Argon.
Oh.
Our liege is on his way, flying. So as you're feeling the energy and the excitement, you just get that message in your mind.
I'm gonna upcast invisibility on me and Sinclair. I don't know that this guy can see through invisibility or not.
I'm just grabbing onto your cloak.
And actually, well, wait a minute. I take that back. I am going to upcast fly on me and Sinclair, which will up our movement speed to 60. So we should be able to dash at 120. And I'm not flying high in the air since he's flying, and I know that. I'm just power supermaning across the ground.
Zooming.
Speed skating.
Zooming as fast as we can.
Alrighty. I would like athletics or acrobatics checks from both of you as you are flying through here to stay close to the ground, moving as quickly as you can and not running into any objects. Luckily, most easily destroyed objects were cut down right now, so...
10.
15.
Sinclair, good thing you're not the one maintaining concentration. You fall a little bit behind as you start bonking your head on things, and you realize there's portions of statues that have fallen over that you kind of like scrape the side of and keep going. You're not maintaining concentration, though, so you're fine. I'll say another 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you are flying. As the two of you are doing that, I do require a stealth check, as once you leave the outer castle, it is mostly wide open area that you have to try to elude your master at.
30, 20.
21.
Let's go. As the two of you are flying out, you stop and hesitate for just the briefest of moments, pulling out one of the large drapes colored with this disgusting and vile-looking brownish, grayish color. And once you take that, throw it over yourselves, fly close to the ground, camouflaging your way out of here. The two of you keep flying and flying and flying, and everybody else is moving up ahead, and you know the direction that you're supposed to be traveling in right now. It takes maybe 30 minutes or so. Everyone else, you've made it back over to the River of Blood and not crossed over it yet, but Argon and Sinclair come flying up and land on the ground beside you. Sinclair, did you have some place to put the rods?
I've been holding them this whole time.
I'm going to say another 35 points of fire damage, because that heat does not just go away.
And that's after resistance, right?
Yes, yes. If you were not resisted, you would probably be pretty part up, you know.
Yep. I'm at 112 now.
Do you want to throw those in the bag, Capricia or Sinclair?
Oh, you don't want these in the bag of holding.
Give them to me.
I tossed the forger.
Oh, that's right. Forger's immune to fire.
Ah.
My Capricio, my toe.
What
Ooh.
toe?
Don't want toe me.
We have to get through the tree. Come on, let's go. I
So-
fly over to the tree.
There is a body of water that 3 of you can fly over, 4 of you can fly over, and then there's Braska.
I
Wait a
just
minute.
tap
I could jump.
Spraska, And I just go, we're going to be over there.
As you're getting ready to leap, Sinclair.
I just grab his back straps and dimension door him right next to the tree.
You go
As he gets ready
jumping.
to
and-
jump.
Oh! You land. Whew. All of you've made it over to the other side.
And as soon as we're all here, I will go ahead and cast Transport via Plants.
Did you
Alrighty.
get the
And
seeds?
first, real quick, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go?
The tree will start communing with you. You can connect me to Exandria, Zodiac, Solemn, Githran, or the Wilds. Please take me anywhere but here.
Okay.
And an
No.
apple falls down into your palm. This is a seeded apple, though.
Exandria would be best,
you.
but
Yes,
I
but
don't know
where?
where to run them out.
Uthadern.
Where in? What?
Uthadern?
Whitestone has the
Uther-
ancient tree. Is it related to the ancient tree in Whitestone?
I don't care. Any tree. Any tree. I
Uth-
can do any tree.
Uthadern.
Uthadern?
Have you ever
Have I-
been to Uthadern?
Have I ever been to Uthadern?
Cold as fuck, farthest north on Wildmount. Okay.
You
No. I've never
have been to
there.
Whitestone.
Okay, so would you just want to go through the Sun Tree?
Sure. Sentry's fine.
Okay. I'm sure they're gonna love that. Okay. And I will
Alright.
cast Transfer via Plants and we'll go to the Sun Tree.
Your tree begins to spread open wide, and all of you hear a booming voice across this horizon. You all dare defile me.
I'm a cockroach. It's my job.
I will hunt you down to the end.
That's
My
what the
job is
last
telling
book
you to
said.
eat shit.
Stand in line.
So all
That's
of
the
you
last two shits said to
running
me.
through the tree.
Running is so much harder now. Give me back my toe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And guys, I know it's early, but that's what I had planned this week, and it's a perfect place for us to end the session. Congratulations! You didn't make me remake the Wildmount map from ripping apart the entire world.
Hey, the night is young.
True.
I am pretty certain
Ugh.
that ending is the best I have rolled in this entire campaign.
Yes, it is, and good fucking
Guaranteed.
timing.
That was fantastic.
Good timing on it. But anyways, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all had a phenomenal time. And when we come back next week, everyone might be a little bit stronger than they were this week. Goodbye.
Ooh.